Okay guys, it's time to check out a new controller. I've just bought myself a new controller, nothing special, nothing major. But my original Xbox One controller, that still works fine. But I just wanted a couple of additional buttons that I could remap. So, just for the gears on Forza. Forza Motorsport, Forza proper. And it is the PowerA Spectra. It is wired, so that's a drawback if you like your wireless stuff. But this was so cheap. This was really cheap, and I can't resist anything with LEDs. Can you see that? So, as you guessed, you can control the lights, the colours, whether you want it static or chasing or whatever. But it does have two. It does have two buttons at the back there that you can map. So I can do, and believe it or not, your fingers actually do sit under there normally when you're holding the controller. So that can do the gears, plus and minus, which is what I really want. £25 for this. So we do have it plugged in. There you go. We got this bad boy plugged in. It's just going through its light cycle at the moment. Reminds me of the early Tron controller for the 360. And there's your two buttons. See them? AGL. I just wanted it to remap those for the gears, and up there you do have trigger controls, so you can reduce the length of the triggers if shoot 'em ups or your kind of thing, first person shooters. Not bad, is it, for 25 quid? I don't think so. Not bad. So I'm going to give it a run in, see what it's like, do a few laps, and I'll let you know what it's like. Bye bye. Okay, so what do I think of it? I've done quite a few laps, been around a track a few times with it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth it. I think it's definitely worth it. The only real drawbacks, if you like, the most obvious is once I start to use it, is you forget about the kind of dynamic rumble feature on the Xbox One controller. So you don't have that on a game like Forza. You really need it. Well, you don't need it, but you notice it. So you've got different frequencies of rumble when you're braking and accelerating and stuff like that. So that was the most obvious thing I noticed immediately, was the lack of that. But yeah, feels okay. The analog sticks, they really are good. They do feel good. There's just the right amount of resistance. This is well protected at the back. This little mini USB jack, and you've got one of them special like pull away cords, cables. So you can't really have a major disaster if you trip over the wire. It'll just come free. What else really? Yeah, this as well. The triggers. I compared the amount of travel on this to an Xbox One original controller, because I was convinced that there wasn't as much travel, but there is. The only thing is they feel there isn't enough resistance there. They feel a bit floaty, and as a consequence a little bit unresponsive. That's the way they feel. But otherwise it's alright. For 25 quid with its nice sexy LED edge lighting, I like it. I like it. If you're in the market for one, grab one of these really. I know people will say, oh, you should use a wheel. You should use a wheel. Yeah, but this isn't a wheel, is it? You know, this isn't a wheel. Unless you've got a chair and a complete setup, it's not worth getting a wheel, to be honest with you. Or, you know, you should get an Elite controller. Well, yeah, but that's £150. That's not £25, is it? So, yeah. In conclusion, I like it. Obviously, the quality isn't quite there as compared to the original controller. The main thing that I miss is that dynamic rumble feature and the different frequencies that the original controller can do, especially on Forza. But yeah, otherwise, perfect. Perfect. Take care of yourselves. By the way, this car is a beast, an absolute nightmare. Without any, well, I was going to say assists. You shouldn't have any assists on this car. I think it's 1969. One of those Can-Am things. So take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.